Yay!
This is a redemption candle chats because our very first one that we posted was Byredo, and it wasn't what candle chats became.
Right. It's kind of like a little bit of a redux.
Yes, because that first one we were drinking wine, we were a little tipsy, we were like, let's record candle chats. Now it's like a whole thing.
Right.
And I have more thoughts on Byredo, and I have one more candle from them. So I think we'll go over the scents and then talk about the burn and like more specifics.
And what's Byredo, what makes Byredo special?
Byredo is a perfume house. It's fancy. That's what makes it special. So when you buy a Byredo candle, what you're really paying for is the brand name, but also the scent. All their scents are pretty unique. And like very perfumey.
Yeah, I can already smell some perfumey stuff going on right now.
Yeah, and for reference, these candles are $85.
Ooh.
So
that's like on the high end of things, right?
Yeah. So when you spend $85 on a candle, really you're doing it because of the brand and like the status this candle brings you, but you're also doing it because hopefully you love the scent and you want it to burn well. So what Byredo has going for it is that brand recognition, a unique scent, a vessel that I want to display because I also care about like having things on display, if I'm being honest. So Byredo hits that. I think their scents are very unique. They're very fragrant, and they are unlike candles like, I don't know, PF or Boy Smells that are not as expensive, just in their complexity. So that's what it has going for it.
So it seems like Byredo is a brand that like, this isn't your first candle. It shouldn't be your first candle.
No.
This should be something that's almost like with like wine. You kind of start.
Yes.
You start like in the 10 to 15. I'm talking about wine here. Talking like starting like the $10 to $15 range, so that you can appreciate.
No,
then.
I feel like when you start with wine, you're like young and you get like $2.
Okay, no, I'm already. I'm talking to your audience already. You know, where you're not like Snapchatting it up with the 13 to 17-year-olds. But for here, it seems like this is like you understand, you have the palate, you understand like what makes a candle like this different, and that's why you'd appreciate the $85 price tag, or appreciate the quality that comes with the $85 price tag.
Yes, so now if we're talking, is Byredo worth it in the world of luxury candles? And in that same world, you have Diptyque and Le Labo and whatever else. La Boutique is a new one that I really like. Is Byredo worth it? I think if you love the scent, absolutely. But if you're like blind buying, you haven't smelled it, they sell minis. I would recommend getting like a pack of minis, or like Nordstrom counters have them. Go in and smell them, because I bought 3 without smelling them first because there was a sale on Violet Grey for 20% off, and I was like, now's the time to buy a Byredo, so I got 3. But since recording the first one, I went to the Byredo shop on Melrose. I smelled every single candle, and I got woods, and like, even though there's freaking air bubbles on the label and like things that bother me, it's such a good scent. So now we can talk about scents.
Okay, let's do it.
This is Bibliotech.
Oh yes, this is the library one, right? Oh yeah.
So we've already smelled these, so I think we can just run through it quickly. When I smelled it the first time, I thought maybe it would be very overpowering when lit, but I think Byredo does a good job of it not being too overpowering, which I might contradict myself with the rose one, because the rose one is like pretty heavy, but this is good. Bibliotech is a good amount of scent, but like, I don't know if the camera will pick it up and it's like far away, but even though this is a black vessel, it's like sheer black once the wax melts down, and you can see like some soot here. The flames on these candles get wild, and they're not clean candles, and they can tunnel a little bit, so I think the burn is pretty bad. For an $85 candle especially, I feel like a lot of these high-end candles, the burns are actually worse than like less expensive candles. And then some of the labels come with air bubbles, and like for $85 there should not be an air bubble. But this is a good scent.
It is a
not
good scent.
my favorite, but it's like
little,
very cozy and good.
And there's a lot of depth to that scent. It's not just like a one trick pony.
That's the theme here. And if you like warm, cozy, winter kind of scents, like this is very warm, cozy. This is very nice. What's the next one? Burning Rose. Okay, the Burning Rose one is one where I felt like, okay, maybe I should open the door, open a window, because it's a lot. And I love rose scents.
I don't like the smell I want to get. That's too maybe too much.
So I have a mini one of these, and even the mini one gives off so much scent, and I feel like that's just right for Burning Rose. But if you really want to be knocked on your ass with rose,
Jesus,
this is the one.
Yeah, it's like an IV drip of rose. It's crazy.
It's a lot. So Treehouse is one that's a bunch of celebrities' favorites, and I think
what celebrities? You gotta name names here.
Taylor Swift. I thought you were gonna smell it. Taylor
Swift
has said it's her favorite. I think Shay Mitchell has said it's her favorite. A lot of people really like Treehouse, and I can see why. It's such a unique scent. My Treehouse has an air bubble that drives me absolutely insane. Yeah, but this is a scent I would buy again, honestly, even though the burn is pretty bad. The flame gets crazy. Also, I would say I wouldn't light this next to a wall because the flame gets so wild. It'll definitely leave soot on your wall. So just put it in an open space. But the scent is so good.
What I'll say about this, and I'm no candle connoisseur like you are. I'm a layman at the end of the day. I don't think I've smelled a candle yet doing all these candle chats that almost rides a line of this one. There's burning wood, and there's pine. You can actually I feel you can actually tell the distinct smells that they're going for, as opposed to other candles which are still really good, but almost is a more of a combination of all the things. This one you can really kind of pinpoint multiple things.
Also, a lot of candle companies that are newer starting out, or even established ones but that are at a lower price point, they buy their oils from the same place. So even if they use different combinations, they can all smell similar because they're using the same base. With a Byredo, they're not doing that. These are Byredo scents because they are a fragrance house. This one is the scent of summer as a kid to me. It smells so good.
Yeah, that was my favorite so far.
When I had this lit, even though the flame was wild and I think it probably tunneled a little bit, I was just happy because it's such a good scent. And then this one is woods. And so I actually went to the Byredo store. I smelled every single candle that they had through a mask. And woods was my favorite. It has air bubbles on the label.
Whoa.
So it's kind of ironic the two that are my favorite are the two that have air bubbles, but
yeah, this one's. I mean, I like Treehouse more, but this one's really good. This is good. That's a good 1-2 woods and Treehouse.
So good.
It smells really good.
There was another one. I think it was called Fleur Fantôme. That might be one of their perfumes, but I think it was a candle too. It smelled so good too, but I was not gonna get two. I was like, pace yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, their candles just smell good.
Yeah.
Do I wish they burned better? Yeah. Do I wish that this $85 candle didn't have air bubbles? Yeah. But it smells good.
I don't know if I smell the difference of cost twice as much as some of the Otherland or the Boy Smells or the I'm blanking on the other brands that we really touted highly, but I feel like this is almost one you kind of go out of your way to get one. You got 4 here because you are the candle queen.
Do I feel great about spending that much money on these candles? No. But when I have Treehouse lit, am I vibing? Yes. And I also have a Google Doc where I record my ratings of the candles, which is so extra, but here we are.
You're gonna put that in the link,
so
in the description below. Yeah.
And I hope that this Byredo supersedes the other one because the other one I don't think is as good. So.
You mean the video?
Yeah, is that not what I said?
No, you just said this Byredo.
I hope this Byredo video.
Yes. But if we're gonna name this the same name for the video, you just answer the question: is Byredo worth it? Yes or no?
To me, the scents that I really like, Treehouse and Woods, I'd say are worth it, but I'm also gonna pace myself with the burns. I'm gonna light them only when I feel like being super extra, or if, you know, this is the year we have guests over, maybe I want to impress. I'm not gonna light this unless I'm gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean?
That is something cool with candles opposed to, like, say, a bottle of wine, which ultimately both, I guess you would say, are kind of disposable. But at least with a candle, you can maybe kind of, like, be a little more patient with, like, your use of it versus a bottle of wine you're opening up. Like, you better drink that, I guess, within the first, whatever, few days. Yeah. If not that, you should drink it that night with friends and whatnot and family. So that's something that's pretty cool about candles.
And repurpose the vessels.
Right.
Even though the
bubbles, the air bubbles. Yeah.
But whatever. But yeah, I think they're worth it if you like it. I think it is definitely worth going to a Nordstrom, or if there's a Byredo in your city, going and smelling them. It's just fun to go smell candles too.
I will be standing at the corner of the shop waiting for us to leave. That would be that's my.
I went with my girlfriend, not you.
Well, sometimes I'm there.
Okay.
Candle chats.